and his subjects lived in peace and prosperity.
Fucking come on then! Ah! Yeah!
Put that weapon away.
Put that weapon away right now, or I'll get a guard to arrest you. Look who deigns to grace us with his presence.
I was looking for that boy, and
And you didn't bother telling anyone.
I had to follow the trail before it went cold.
And what if some bandit skewered you and left you for dead? We'd never find you because you told no one where you were going. How would I explain that to Sir Radzig, eh? I really don't know, my lord. He disappeared without saying a word to anyone. Never crossed my mind he wanted to get himself killed.
I...
Silence! Keep your ignorant mouth shut when I'm giving you the benefit of a veteran's wisdom. You do what I tell you, answer only when I ask, and not go roaming off whenever you feel like it. I'd like to kick your arse back to the castle and be shut of you. But it's true, you're a fucking peasant who knows nothing about soldiering, and it's my job to whip you into shape, so I'm not done with you yet. God have mercy on you if you ever try anything like that again. If you're lucky, I'll only have you whipped and clapped in the stocks, because if I get my way, you'll be hanged for desertion. I hope we've got that out of the way, and I've made myself absolutely clear. And now, let's hear what you have to report.
I'd like to improve my sword.
Certainly.
I'm interested in more advanced techniques.
Wouldn't you rather learn the basic?
Well, can you teach me how to...
Certainly.
I'm interested in more...
Wouldn't you rather learn the...
Well, I'd like to learn to fight.
Certainly.
I'd like to practice...
All right, but it'll cost you. Now, pay close attention.
Good health to you.
I talked to Ginger and found out what happened.
Out with it, then.
Ginger fled because he recognized one of the raiders. He was afraid they'd come back to silence him.
Well, he was right. They were asking about him. So who did he recognize?
He didn't know his name. Some fellow with a limp from Ujits.
All right. Since you've gone this far, you may as well ask around in Ujits. We've enough to do here in these parts anyway. Sir Radzig will tell you about it. He said to send you to him if you haven't already been. Take care now.
Greetings. What business have you?
My lord, I managed to find a clue to the whereabouts of the bandits.
Excellent. Bernard already told me what's been happening, but I'd like to hear it straight from the horse's mouth.
The whole story, or just the gist of it, sir?
It's up to you what you consider important.
Well, in the end, I tracked down the stable boy who fled in fear of his life, and for good reason, too. He put me on the trail of a crofter from Ujit with a limp.
And his name?
The boy didn't know him by name, only by sight. But if I ask around, I'm sure folk will know who limps and keeps peculiar company. Villagers like to gossip.
But what if he's not there? He could have fled, maybe even to Kuttenberg.
If I don't find him in Ujits, I'll ask around. Someone will know something about him.
All right. Better go to Ujits then. Find this limping footpad and get the names of the others out of him. They have to face justice for what they did. I want to see them hang. Then bring him to me in Merhoyed, and I'll decide on his fate.
Certainly, sir. Why choose Merhoyed?
It's somewhat at the centre of events, isn't it? And what's more, there's another stud farm there.
Sir, do you think they're going to try the same thing again?
I shouldn't think so. Everyone will be on the alert now, but the secluded dwellings are more vulnerable. There are few people in them. They're scattered everywhere, and we can't guard them all.
But the bandits won't find much silver in places like that.
There's always a groschen or two, some food and so on. Anyway, how much silver did they get from slaughtering those horses?
True. If they'd stolen them, they could have sold them. Those were fine animals.
Exactly. It's not about the silver. It's about some...
But what?
creating fear. Such great terror that you won't even squeak when they come to cut your throat. Never mind raise your hand against them. Fear that will root you to the spot, staring like a rabbit entranced by a stoat, waiting for the death blow to fall. Helpless to do anything about it.
I have some news about the investigations.
Good.
Actually,
Put a little effort.
yes, sir.
God be with you.
Have you got a little time to spare?
What is it?
I'd like to challenge you to a duel, sir. A little amicable...
That sounds interesting. But what shall we...
Ah, so chivalry alone is not enough to tempt you.
No, sir. I'm drawn to more,
I see. Well, why not? Let us make it more interesting. I'll tell you what. I have a fine suit of armor, a horse, and a sword I won at dice. The horse and sword I can use, but the armor doesn't fit me well. I'll bet a piece of armor against a reasonable sum of groschen.
all right? What?
I'm glad to hear it. Let's get... Oh dear, did that hurt?
What?
Now. But a wager is a wager, so pay up.
The Lord be praised.
I have some...
God be with you.
Good day to you.
I'd like you to show me some...
Certainly.
Well. Can you teach me to be...
Certainly.
I'd like to practice...
All right, but it'll... Now, good luck.
Can you help me with training?
Certainly.
I'd like to...
All right, but it... Now, God be with you. Farewell.
Good day to you. What do you need?
Is there someone here who can compete with me in archery?
Of course. What do you think this range is for? First, I'll explain the rules. You shoot 7, 13, or 21 arrows, depending on who you... The straw surround is worth 1 point, the white ring 2, and the bullseye 3. Whoever finishes shooting first, the round ends when everyone has... It's the custom to wager on it, to make it more interesting, see?
All right. That's it.
Just one more thing. Don't leave while the contest is underway, and never aim or shoot at...
Got it.
How good are you with a bow? So I can find you a suitable...
I'm a beginner.
Doesn't matter. Splendid. Meanwhile, I'll round up the... May the Lord... Right, archers, let's begin. The victor is Henry. Contest over.
I've heard there's a contest happening, and that the prize is a keg of fine wine.
That's true. I bought the finest wine to be had in the province.
I'd like to take part.
Do you know the rules?
I do?
Splendid. Here's some arrows for you. But you can use your own if you want. Meanwhile, I'll round up the competition. God be with you. Congratulations once more. And here, as promised, a cask of the finest wine in the province.
Thank you.
My respects to you, sir.
Do you know if there's anyone around here who could use my help?
Aye, there could be something for you. Berthold, our local gamekeeper, was looking for help with something a while back. Why don't you ask him if he still needs help? Oh, and another thing. It might not be to your liking, though, on account of it's the executioner who's looking for someone. At least, that's what I've heard. Of course, folk here don't want to have anything to do with him. Only the more they avoid him, the more they gossip about him. And that's not all. You're the blacksmith son from Skalitz, ain't you? The bailiff here could probably use you. He's got some jobs for the Skalitz refugees, but he's not sure who's good for what. He was moaning about it here yesterday. Take care now.
Hey.
Any work for me here?
That depends. How's your hearing?
What?
I said, how's your hearing?
It's perfectly fine. You don't have to scream at me. I mean, why are you asking?
Because there is this one little job going. But I need someone who knows the area well and has good ears.
I ought to be able to handle...
Fine. So here's the problem. My friend is a birder, and he left a few rare nightingales with me for safekeeping. They're good to trade. Rich gentlemen hang them caged up in their chambers. It keeps their wives from fretting when they're off drinking and wenching.
I see.
The trouble is the nightingales are gone. I don't know how, but the birds have flown.
Hang on, surely you're not asking me to go flapping around looking for birds?
Not exactly. Luckily, their wings are clipped, so they won't be far, and the watchman in the tower told me they headed off toward Radzig. I have traps prepared. It should be easy enough to catch them in those.
Fine, but how will I know where to put the traps?
I hear they like pine woods, and there's a pine-covered hill just before Radzig.
Right, a bloody great wood.
That's just why you need to listen out. Nightingales have a distinctive song. When you hear it close by, you set a trap on the spot. They kept twittering away the whole time they were here, so I can remember the tunes. I'll sing them to you.
I can't wait.
It went something like this.
What? People keep birds like that in their houses? It's like the sound a cat makes when you pull it by the tail.
You know how it is. The gentry's got all manner of odd tastes. The question is...
Can you repeat that?
Of course. Remember it now?
Yes, I'll remember.
Right. Here are the traps. Don't forget, once you hear a nightingale, set a trap nearby. He ought to be caught in it after a while.
I'll do that.
God be with you.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I can't go any further. The current could sweep me to my death.
Who's there? Well now, look what's come calling out from under some rock.
Over here! Where is everyone? Quick!
I'll kill you.
Raise the alarm! Watch out!
Go! Enough! I yield! You hear?
I surrender.
Get going then. But leave that weapon right where it is.
Very well. What are you doing here? Tired of life, are you? Hey, all of you! Gather here! Raise the alarm! The arm! I'm going
Hey! All of you, gather here! Raise the alarm!
Come here, lily liver.
Here!
I'll send you. Bohemia!
What's going on there? Hey, who's there?
Bollocks! Now you're fucked.
What are you doing here? Tired of lying?
I'll slaughter you.
Well, bring it on.
You gonna cry?
I'm over here. This will be easy.
Stop right where you are. I'll find you, you cur. You can't hide from me.
What's going on?
Surrender! You're under arrest for breaking the law. I'll squash you like the louse you are. What do you think you're doing? Don't you know it's forbidden to go around at night without light of any kind? This definitely won't come cheap.
All right. Here you...
All right.
Watch it. You can't draw your weapon here.
Good day to you.
So, I prowled around for a while, and I have something for you.
Wonderful! How many did you get?
All three.
So that's all of them. Excellent. Let's hope the burden never hears about my...
Let's hope not.
Thank you, lad. Here's something for your efforts. God be with you.
Good health to you. Good luck to you. Farewell.
Good day to you.
Did you find out what actually happened?
What do I know? The lords are at each other's throats, but it's us that has to suffer for it. Same as always. I reckon they was after the silver mines, wasn't they?
How does life in Rattay suit you?
It'd be fine if we didn't have to sleep in hovels and beg for alms. And the bailiff is always on our backs, the bastard. But what can we do? We've got nowhere else to go.
I noticed some of the Skalitz men look like they've been in the wars. Has something happened here?
There's a local brawler who takes on all comers for bets. If you beat him, you get some silver. If you lose, you have to do his job for him.
Oh, I'll have to look into that. How are you coping?
As well as we can, Henry.
I've been once.
It's a shame. Because I was going to ask a favor of you. I'm sure you know there's a lot of hungry mouths here, so I thought you might be
You mean you want me to bring you game from the woods? Are you mad? That's poaching.
No, that's not what I meant. It's the townspeople here who have a taste for game. They want to live like the nobility, see? A few of the burghers have been to see me already, to ask if we'd try our luck in the woods. They promised us supplies in exchange. Flour, lard, eggs, and the like. But we can't afford to take the risk of poaching. We're barely tolerated as it is. If one of ours got caught in the woods, they'd hang him from the nearest tree. But I was thinking, you're in Sir Radzig's garrison, and you go hunting with Sir Hans. You could help us.
Well, I got away with brawling with Lord Capon, so I don't suppose they'll string me up for a few hares.
Great, Henry. I really appreciate it. The local tailor was asking me about getting some hares to put on a feast for a visiting merchant.
All right, I'll bring you something.
Thank you. You'll be saving us from starvation.
God be with you.
You all know what happened there. Help your neighbor.
Take care now.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
can't leave now. I still have obligations here.
fresh bread.
God be with you.
I brought that game for you.
Excellent. Show me what you got. Thanks, Henry. We'll get lots of supplies for this. I've got another order for you. The butcher was boasting in the tavern how he makes the best boar meat and the wild mushroom sauce, and the locals want him to prove it.
So I'm to bag a wild boar?
Yes. And while you're in the woods, you could pick a few mushrooms, too.
Next thing, you'll want me to cook it, too.
God be with you.
Good God. What happened to your clothes? If you were robbed, you should report it. God bless.
Good day to you. What?
Master Bailiff, is there anything of interest going on here?
Nothing of interest to me, thank Christ.
You look like you've got a lot on your plate, Master Bailiff. Is work keeping you busy?
Busy? I've had so many visitors, I wouldn't wonder if the door fell off its hinges.
What's going on?
I've been given the task of putting some of the Skalitz refugees to work. It's not that there's a shortage of jobs, the problem's sharing them out fairly.
I understand. Everyone has mouths to feed.
The worst part is they won't tell you who really needs a job the most, but you might be able to help, Henry.
How?
They're like to be more honest with you, so you can find out who's in the most need. And you can decide for yourself who'll do what. Will you help?
If you need help, I'll do whatever I can.
You're a godsend. I'm sure it won't take too long. You know how the refugees are getting on, don't you? But ask around if you need to find out more.
What kind of work are we talking about?
Well, old Hagen is looking for a cook, and we need 5 carriers.
A cook and 5 water carriers? Sounds simple enough. Is there a problem?
A little. We need 3 water carriers, but the other 2 will have to carry, begging your pardon, shit. Or as the Pope would say, excrement.
Is there anyone who can tell me more about it?
Yes, the merchant Conrad Hagen is the one looking for a cook, so you can talk to him. and young Alex will know which of the Skalitz folk are best suited to the job.
How come that's such a cause for concern?
For one thing, they're afraid of me, and I can't get a straight answer out of any of them. So how the hell am I supposed to make the right choice?
Oh, they're desperate. You can't blame them.
I don't, but I might end up picking some good-for-nothing who'll just booze his wages away.
Can you tell me anything more about the cook?
You'll have to ask Hagen yourself. I couldn't get a straightforward answer out of him. Maybe he's changed his mind.
What do I need to know about the water carriers?
We need 3. Right now, some of the burgers' hands are doing the job.
And they need to go all the way down to the river for water?
Of course, where else would they get it? Gallows Hill? It's not an easy job, but someone has to do it.
What can you tell me about the other... carriers?
It's dirty, but it's a job that needs to be done. There'll be more than enough work for them. Some places are overflowing.
Sounds disgusting.
If all else...
That's all I need to...
Good luck, then.
Take care.
Ah!
I see you survived.
Aren't you observant?
You still owe me. Don't think I've forgotten.
I don't owe you. I owe your father, and he's dead. So get out of here.
You can't avoid this forever, you know.
Of course I can. It's you who can't piss me off forever.
Do you really want to make me angry?
No, I don't. Fine, I owe you. And what am I supposed to do about it? You think you'll get anything from me? Look at what I've got. But maybe I could. Maybe I could tell you where you can find some money. If you forgive my debt, that is.
All right, then.
No. First, I want you to swear you won't be demanding anything else from me.
Very well, then.
When we were running from Skalitz, I heard something. I don't know who said it. It's a miracle I could even hear it in that chaos. Either way, somebody hid a lot of coin under a dovecote.
Under a dovecote? And that's it?
That's all I know. How many dovecotes could there be in Skalitz? If you've got the guts to go back there, you're bound to find it.
Fine. We'll see.
God be with you.
How does life in Rattay?
Them Ratte folk would rather drive us out of here. They won't give us no work, and they won't let us beg.
Did you find out what actually...
They say Sigismund is at war with the Czech lords and abducted the king. And our lord sides with Wenceslaus. May the Lord watch over you.
I'd like to ask about our former neighbours. There are jobs here for some of them, and I have to pick people.
The bailiff told me about it. He still wants our people to do the knackers.
What of it? It will benefit everyone.
Not everyone. There's not enough work for everyone, and no one wants to do the knacker's job.
So, do you know who's most in need of some coin and is fit for hard work?
Everyone's in need of coin, but not everyone is fit for such work.
Who should I talk to then? Where would...
I'll talk to them myself and send them to meet you in front of the rat house, so they'll all be in one place. It'll take me a while, though.
I'm also looking for...
Well, there's Agnes. I've heard she can cook better than anyone.
Well, what's the problem? Did something...
No, it's just that I haven't seen her around here for ages. I believe she's cooking for the local parish priest and living at the presbytery. So I don't think she's in need of...
But having a job could save someone's life.
Water carrying, maybe. But if they have to do a job that's not fit for a decent person, only for the knacker...
So you think there's no point in it? That it's better to beg than have a job, even if it is hauling shit?
You forget that that's a job for the knacker's hired hand, not for displaced people. When we return to Skalitz, they'll never be able to rid themselves of the stink.
Thanks.
Good luck, then.
God be with you.
I'm supposed to find some work.
Why me?
No. I thought you might appreciate an honest job for an honest one.
What are you trying to say?
I just thought it might help you.
A good Samaritan, are you? Why don't you go and bother someone else?
God be with you.
Jesus Christ be praised.
The bailiff sent me. He said you're looking for...
That's right. I'm searching for a good cook, but I've said all that to our esteemed bailiff.
Well, I offered the bailiff my help because I know the Skalitz folk.
Ah, I see. Well, ask...
Do you have any particular requirements for the new cook?
Well, it would be an advantage if she knew how to cook.
Well, yes, but the bailiff said you had other conditions.
Well, I want a woman who's capable of looking after the house when I'm away on business.
Young? Nimble?
What for? I want her to impress people with her food, not her face.
I understand. Sorry. I also heard there are vacant carriers.
Yes, yes. I'm surprised it hasn't occurred to anyone sooner. It will certainly benefit the city if the burghers don't have to send their own servants.
It will benefit my people as well.
Of course, of course. It goes without saying.
I also heard that you need workers to carry, to empty latrines.
It's not dignified to talk of such manners. That's not decent people.
But I need to know...
Enough. I won't have such talk. Farewell.
Good health to you.
God be with you.
Good afternoon.
Are you Agnes, who works at St. James?
I am. Or I did, before those devils rolled in and burnt down Skalitz. Why'd you ask?
I'm looking for a good cook and housekeeper, and everyone I asked sent me to you.
I've been blessed by God.
So it seems. Anyway, the local merchant wants someone who can cook food fit for nobility and take care of his household.
Well, Father Francis was very fond of good food, but I can't just go serve someone else.
Merchant Hagen isn't just anybody.
I've heard of him, that he's a good Catholic.
Really? Well, yeah, sure he is.
Truly. People still talk about the lovely service he arranged for his wife's funeral.
So, you wouldn't mind being his housekeeper?
Well, I don't know. What will Father Francis do?
Father Francis no longer needs a housekeeper.
What? Don't tell me he's found a new one.
Well, I probably shouldn't tell you. I'm afraid that's just how it is.
But that's not like him. Somebody must have been putting ideas into his head. I'll have to go...
But he's not at St. James's.
No? Then where is he? And why does he have a new house?
They're sending him away, somewhere to South Bohemia. I was told they've arranged all the help he needs there already.
But what will I do?
You didn't want to drag you away somewhere else, since you've been here your whole life.
That's true, but what will he do without me? Who will take care of him?
I'm sure he'll be well taken care of. What about you? You could have a good life as Hagen's housekeeper.
Very well. I'll go and work for him then. Take care.
Jesus Christ be...
Are you the brawler who takes back?
What's it to you?
I'm a Skalitz refugee, and I'd like to try my luck against you.
Hang on, I know who you are. And I'll only fight you for silver.
Why for silver?
Do I really have to tell you? Look at yourself, and then look at the others. All they've got to wager is their labour. But you've got...
All right, let's...
Hold your horses, laddie. First, you have to prove you're a worthy opponent for me by beating 2 other regular brawlers, Stephen and a fellow they call Ringlet.
Are there any rules?
Aye, a couple. Whoever lands on his arse or runs, loses. And no knives, axes, or any of that shit. You'll forfeit your wager for that, got it? Take care now.
You hear about the water?
Aye. I can haul water all day.
So, do you want the job? There's plenty of other folk that will take it if you...
I do. I want it. What?
So you're keen on carrying water?
I've been keen on it since I got up this morning.
And you had another job before this morning?
No.
Besides water, you could carry... You could empty the...
What? Carry shit? That'd be a new one for me. No, it's not a thing I'd go around boasting about.
So tell me, what was your trade before?
I was a miner, then a farm laborer, then I was a servant, then I fled from Skalitz and ended up here.
Quite the fat totem, aren't you? Was none of those jobs good enough for you?
I liked them all, but they were always sending me to do something else. Pickman, they'd say. Leave this.
Pickman? That's...
Actually, my real name's Vassal, but they call me...
Is that German?
No. It's from when I was in the mines.
That's enough for now.
So, we're agreed then?
Look, the bailiff is the one who'll decide after I report back to him.
So, I might not get the job? I'll be in the shit if I don't.
May the Lord watch over you.
Good day to you.
You're here about the water cap?
I am. Where do I get...
Hold your horses. We haven't decided yet who gets the job. I have to ask you a few things.
What for? I can handle the job.
What trade did you do before?
I worked in the mines, at the winch. You've heard of Tonda the winch, right?
Ah, the name sounds familiar. You were one of the new miners, weren't you?
I was. I came last autumn. The winter was mild enough to work the mines, and I showed everyone I was a hard worker. So did I get the job?
We're not finished yet. Are you here because...
Well, I'd rather be back at the winch. Turning it so fast I'd make everyone's head... But now I want to carry water at least, since there's some money in it.
Well, there's also the option of carrying,
Not a chance. I'm not carrying any shit around. And if anyone tries to make me, I'll break his...
And what if I told you that you get double the pay?
Didn't I mention something about breaking leg?
You did?
I wouldn't be under the winch anymore. More like under the stench.
I heard you lot don't want to talk.
I don't know much about that. The others didn't talk to him, so I kept my mouth shut as well. That's the way we do it at the mines. He didn't even really ask me anything anyway. Just mumbled something under his breath.
I know everything on you.
So, can I go?
Not yet.
Well, I hope he cheeses me.
I'll bear that in mind.
Good luck to you.
Good health to you.
You're one of the people...
Well, Alex told me that I'm supposed to ask about a job carrying water.
That's right. But first, I'll ask you a few questions.
Peter. But everyone calls me Rock. There was more than enough Peters in the mines, and not just in the mine.
At the mines?
That's right. I worked in the East Shaft, and I hope I'll be working there again. Now that I think of it, have you heard anything from their lordships? When will they open the mines again?
I don't know and don't care. I'm not here because of that.
I suppose not.
There's one more option. Carrying shit.
What? For the knacker?
It's a job.
But what would people say? I need money badly, but I couldn't go back to mining after that.
But it would be twice the pay.
The money would help, true enough. But what about afterwards? I don't want to be carrying shit all my...
It won't come to that. Sir Radzig will surely take care of things when he returns home. He won't forget the sacrifice you make.
I'm glad to hear that. If that's how it is...
That's enough for now.
God be with you.
Hey, am I invisible or what?
Good day to you.
Are you here on account of the war?
Yes, I am.
Nice to meet you. I'll ask if you...
Fine. Ask away.
What did you do before this?
I work for my father.
Doing what? Who's your father, anyway?
He was Bohemia.
Really? His farmhands came to the tavern a lot, but I never saw you there.
I don't go to taverns.
So you're probably here about carrying...
I want to carry one.
That's all? Nothing more to add?
That's what's needed, ain't it?
How are you holding up?
Well, I'm alive. But I miss my father.
What happened with Bailiff?
I don't know.
That's enough for now.
Good luck to you.
Good day to you.
You're interested in carrying...
I am. It's about time something good came to decent folk.
I agree. Now, I'll ask you a few questions.
What? But I want the work and I deserve it. Get your questions for good-for-nothings.
It's hard work carrying water.
So is taking care of a mine.
It's not quite the same thing, is it? You need brawn to carry water, not brawn.
I wasn't born a mine owner, you know. I've done my share.
There's also the option of, emptying latrines.
Are you trying to insult me? That's no job for a decent...
True. That's why it pays double.
Double, hey? Well, that's not bad, but, for a man of my... double.
What would you give me if I put in a good word?
So that's how it is it? An honest person can't get a job.
Come now. I just want to help, but I'll...
All right. I don't have anything, but I know the armourer in Sasau, and he'll give you a good...
Nah, no good.
I've nothing else to offer.
That's enough for now.
Farewell.
God be with you.
What do you want?
I want to work. And I heard you're the one in charge of giving out jobs.
It's true. Do you know how to cook? If you know how to make food for nobles, then I might.
Where would I learn to cook food for nobles? I want to carry water.
But Alex has already picked people who want to carry water.
He didn't ask me, though. So I...
Look, I already have more people.
But I really need a job.
Well, so does everyone else around here.
None of them has a husband on his deathbed.
Well, if you know how to cook fine food, I could get you a job at the merchant's house. You'd have a nice roof over your head there, too.
All I've ever cooked is gruel and soup. Nothing fit for nobles. A roof would be grand, though. Not so much for me, but for my husband. Is there any way...
No. Not unless I lied about your cooking skills. But he'd find out soon enough, and then we'd both be in trouble. What did you do in...
I was at the silverworks, roasting the ore and washing it. My husband was at the...
Oh, Christ. Things got very ugly there. I suppose that's where your husband was wounded? It's a miracle.
What else could I do? Leave him there?
I'm sorry, but I can't help you. It's already arranged, and the others wouldn't be happy if they're...
What am I to do?
I'm truly sorry for you.
Save your pity. It won't heal my husband. Good luck, then. Bread, fresh bread, bread, rolls, buns, and pretzels for you.
Good day to you.
I know everything I need to know to pick the carriers.
Splendid. I'll be glad to get this damn business off my back.
So, how do we do this? Do I just give you their names, or should I send for them?
Just tell me their names and whether they should carry water or something else. Don't worry, I'll send for them.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
Vassi goes by the moniker of Pickman.
Pickman? I hope he doesn't have a history of pickpocketing.
No. They call him Pickman because he worked in the silver mines, and he was very keen with the pick. So much so, he managed to chop off 2 of his fingers.
Well, he can't do too much damage with a bucket, I suppose. Where do you want to put him?
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for the...
Cornelius.
Ah, Cornelius. I had him here once looking for a job. Where do you want to put him? I'd like to see him with buckets of shit.
Carrying shit.
Good. One person for this job.
Peter, better known as Rock.
Peter? Rock? Didn't he get into a fight and injure his arm? Well, what should he do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water.
Vincent, Moimir's son.
Vincent? Never heard of him. What do you think?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water.
Antonia.
What? A woman?
Yeah, is that a problem? You never said it had to be only men.
I didn't, but I kind of assumed it would be clear. It's a long walk with a heavy load.
Baked goods fresh from the oven. Come and get them.
It'll have to be someone else. Tonda. They call him the winch.
The winch? Ought to be good with a bucket anyway. What's he going to do?
To carry water.
So we have one person to carry water.
That's it.
Good. All decided. Now about the cooks.
I chose a cook as well. Should I tell you?
Tell me who you chose and I'll take care of it.
I chose old Agnes for the cook's job. I had a job convincing her, but it was worth it. She's the best cook around.
Glad to hear it. I'll have to drop in on Hagen for lunch sometime.
Master Bailiff?
Nothing of interest.
Take care.
Fresh bread. Come and get it.
Good health to you.
You're Stephen, aren't you? Milan tells me he won't fight me until I beat you.
Oh, yeah? And why would you want to? Well, never mind. Take care now.
Say that! Go ahead. Burka. Well landed. Oh dear. Did that hurt? You're going to cry now.
Here!
You'll die for that. Fuck! Fuck it.
Who are you? You sent me to the miller, eh?
What? Well, it was just a sort of...
You're lucky. He really did owe me, and he was so shocked he gave it all to me. What do you need, then?
Can you help me with training?
Certainly.
I'm interested in more...
Wouldn't you rather learn the...
Well...
Do you know there's a girl crying on your doorstep?
I executed her husband.
What? You killed him?
No, not like that. It was done lawfully. She knew he had it coming.
So then, why...
Folk would like to drive her out of town. She has no one here. For a while I thought I could take care of her, but it wasn't to be.
Why?
Do you really have to ask? I can't even go to the tavern for company, and no one would sup their ale with me. And when I die, they'll probably push me into a hole with a stick so as not to touch my corpse.
Is it really that bad?
I'm not complaining, mind. It's a well-paid job, if you don't mind being a pariah. They might look sideways at you, too, just for talking to me.
And that's what she's afraid of?
Exactly.
Doesn't that crying girl have any kin?
None she knows of. Poor lass. You could help her, though, if you wanted.
Me? How?
Elishka has no family, but her husband might still have some kin. Nobody will talk to me, but you could find...
Why do you want to find her family anyway? Don't you want her to stay here?
I do. She's a splendid woman, but I'd never want to keep her here against her will. The life I lead isn't for everyone.
What would she have to put up with if she stayed with...
A lot. I can't deny. Most of the townfolk wouldn't give her the time of day, at least not in public. If we had children, it would be even worse for them.
That doesn't sound like a very happy life.
It's not all bad. It's a well-paid job and even respected in a way. And when someone needs a bone set, all of a sudden they forget your reputation.
All right. I'll see what...
My thanks, if only for the thought.
Herman sent me. Don't despair. It could be a lot worse.
Only death could be worse, and I'm not far from it.
Can I ask about your family?
What do you want to know?
Don't you have any kin left? Someone who'd take you in?
No. They all died of the plague. And then I ended up with that man of mine. I always knew he'd get strung up one day.
Didn't your husband have any kin?
Maybe. He mentioned some, but we never went to see them.
Is that all you know?
Yes. But if they're anything like my old man, the bailiff and his catchpolls will know about them.
That's all I need.
With salt, caraway seeds, garlic, and more. You'll find it no...
God be with you.
Beetroot, onions, all that
Do you know Elishka, the wife of the man who was hanged recently?
The one that's with the executioner now.
That's her.
Life can be cruel sometimes.
Right. And do you know if she has kinfolk somewhere around?
How should I know? Now, if you don't mind.
Garlic soup for the winter, onion soup for the spring. Asparagus for taste and prunes for what ails you.
If Ilishka stays with the executioner, it'll end up being your problem anyway.
Christ, oh, all right then. Tell the scribe.
Onions
Thank
that'll
you.
even make your
Good
mouth
luck to you.
dry like a little lass. Come and buy some.
Good day to you.
Would you teach me more?
Certainly.
I'd like to practice.
All right, but it... Now,
My respects to you.
I'd like to ask if...
This knee of mine hurts.
I'd like to ask...
Young man, there's always someone who wants to ask something.
I wondered if you could take a look in your books for me, and,
Books? God above, am I to shuffle around here with...
The bailiff sent me.
That's another matter, then.
Is it possible to find out from the records where someone lives?
You think we keep records of every serf? For Christ's sake, they breed like rabbits.
But I thought that in the rat house, though, in the books...
Boy, the books are for recording pacts, undertakings, punishments, property rights, and so forth. In other words, important things. We don't keep records of serfs.
Ilishka won't be happy about that.
Ilishka? You don't mean the one who married into the Mishek family?
Yes. Yes, you know her.
Why wouldn't I? I used to play dice with old Mishek years ago. He had a son, a nice, polite lad. How is he?
Well, he's fine.
I'm glad to hear it. I was always fond of him.
And where are the Misheks living now?
A stone's throw from Rate by the small fish pond.
Thanks.
May the Lord watch over you.
Onions that'll even make your man cry like a little lass. Come and buy some.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
What is it now?
I've got information about your daughter-in-law.
Elishka's fine, only she needs...
Never heard of her. Get lost.
She's your nearest kin. Elishka's part of your family, and she really needs you.
I won't help anyone.
I could make it worth your while.
Really? And what is it you want?
Your son's widow needs help. She has nowhere to go.
What do I care about some useless girl?
She could help you with the farm. She definitely knows how to take care of things.
We're all right on her.
This might help you decide.
You took the words out of my mouth. Send her here, then. But don't let her think she'll be taking it easy. She'll have her work cut out.
That sounds quite...
And if I hear a peep out of her, I'll take a stick to her back.
Fine salvation this is.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What do you want from me?
You're not crying now?
I'm not. I've wept enough for a lifetime.
It's a bit of a change since my last visit.
I haven't had much luck in my life, but I've always worked things out in the end. Tears are no help to anything.
That's true.
So, did you find out something about them?
I did. I found your husband's father and mother, and they're willing to take you in.
But...
They're not very nice people, Ilishka. They'd probably work you to the bone, but you would get fed.
Life is never easy. But at least I'd have a family.
That's true. You'll have a roof over your head and work to keep you busy.
I'll survive. I've survived worse things.
I'm sorry I couldn't arrange anything better.
No doubt it's God's will. Thank you, Henry. Good luck, then. Herman,
Yes?
Farewell. And thank you for everything.
No need to thank me. I'm glad I had a chance to get to know you. Promise me you'll take care of yourself. You deserve a better life.
I just...
Promise me.
I promise.
Farewell, Ilishka.
My respects to you.
Let's fight.
I told you. Don't come back to me till you've beaten Stephen and Ringlet. God,
farewell. Neighbour.
Well, you're a sight.
Go away, leave me alone.
Henry, I'm so...
I can't stop thinking about Skalitz.
I know. It was hell. But life has to go on. Why not clear your head and try to forget about it? At least for now.
What do you mean?
Do you feel like a walk?
That's not a bad idea. But probably not in the rain. We could both catch a fever. Pick me up when it turns nice again and we'll go for a stroll.
As her ladyship commands?
You jester.
What now?
You don't give up, do you? Well, but probably not in the rain. We could both catch a fever.
As her ladyship...
You jester.
What now?
You don't give up, do you? But probably not in the rain.
As her ladyship...
You jester.